Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a buy or buy on this primer. This is a Korean primer from the brand Etude House. It is called the Fix and Fix Primer Pore. They have, I think, like 3 or 4 different versions of this primer, and basically they have 3 color correctors, and then of course they have one that is the pore filling primer, which is this one. So I got mine from Rose Shop. This one is 25 grams, and I paid, I think, like $7.71 for this one. And I kind of got this one because I really fell in love with the Cover FX blurring primer that I got in one of my Boxy Charms a while ago, and I'm almost done with it, and I really love this primer. However, this one is like $45-ish, something around there, and I didn't want to fall in love with a product that was going to be super expensive. So I know that there are millions of blurring, pore priming type of products, and I wanted to find one that would be as good as this one but cost way less, and I think I might have found it. So first off, I really love the packaging of this. I feel like it's very sleek and just minimal, and it just looks nice. I like it, and it is a very convenient and functional package as well. It's just one of those squeeze tubes, and I like that this one's a little bit like longer and skinnier. I don't know why, I just do. So I really like the packaging of this one. I think it's great, but the product is more important. This is what the product looks like. I don't know if you can see, but it is like a balmy kind of cream. It's definitely a little bit thicker, and it's definitely one that has a very slight kind of like light skin tone-ish kind of color to it, but it really doesn't do any color or anything like that. So I feel like you could use this no matter what skin tone you are, but it does have just a little bit of that color in there. Now this one is a little bit more of a thicker primer. It definitely kind of feels very smoothing on the skin. Like I just put it on my hand and oh my gosh, it feels so nice. But it's one of those primers that has a little bit more of a thicker texture, but it's not like a hydrating primer at all. So if you need something that's going to hydrate your skin, I don't think that this would really be the product for you, just because this one really truly just smooths the skin. It doesn't add any extra moisture to the skin. Like I think the Touch in Sol No Problem one, I really like this one as well. You can definitely see how much of it I have used since I got this in about mid-February. I've definitely been using this one, and I really do like this one, but this one has a little bit more of like a slightly moisturizing, blurring effect to it. It's not as strong in the blurring kind of department. I feel like this one's definitely good if you have more of like a dry skin tone and you want a little bit of blurring. This would be a good one, but this one really does not add any extra moisture to the skin at all. It's very not drying at all, but it definitely does not give you any moisture. So I definitely say if you want to use this product and you already have dry skin, be sure to moisturize before, or apply a facial oil like at night and let that sink in for a while. And as far as the texture goes, it is so soft and smooth, and it has like that slight silicone-y feeling, but it's a little bit different. It's more of like if you mix like a mousse with a silicone, where it has that super soft feeling, but it's not overly slippery either. I love that about this one, because there are some like the Smashbox Photo Ready primer, like I feel like that's just a very standard kind of feeling when it comes to like pore primers and stuff like that. That one just has a bit more of like a slip to it, whereas this one it's just smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the application portion of this video. So that is about what the product looks like. I'm gonna start off with just a little bit and use more if I need it. It looks very kind of blurring, as you would expect, and I'm gonna start by applying it to my cheekbones and across my nose. I think you can see like it just immediately kind of cancels out some of that little bit of shine on my skin and helps give it a little bit more of not quite a matte effect. I mean, it does kind of matte the skin out a bit, but it more of just like blurs and really kind of smooths over any of those imperfections. I'm gonna take just a little bit more. Usually I would only just apply that to like my cheek area like that, but I am going to do a little bit of this on my forehead as well, just to kind of fill in any of these fine lines and just overall smooth out my skin. So what I really love is that it gives that super nice blurred effect. My skin feels incredibly soft in the areas where I applied this. So I'm just gonna use my Berry Sim Cover BB Cream, and I'm gonna talk about the product while I apply my foundation. So I really love the texture of it. It's so nice and like so smooth. It feels really nice on the skin, and it really just kind of like blurs out any of those little imperfections and kind of fills the pores. So I really like that. It does have a slight scent to it though, so if you are someone who absolutely does not want any type of fragrance in it, just know that this one does have a little bit of it, but I would say it is an extremely subtle fragrance to it. It almost smells slightly like the tiniest bit like rose and powder. So it's definitely very light, nothing that I think is too offensive or anything, and honestly, you would not really be able to smell it on your skin after applying it. So I am actually like really impressed with this one, and I think I would definitely go back to using that one rather than the Cover FX one, just because I don't want to pay $40 for a blurring primer. Even though I really love that one, I just can't see myself spending that kind of money on one product, and one that's kind of a boring product, to be honest. Alright, so this is how my face looks with my foundation all over and nothing else. Now, of course, I feel like these are very hard products to like do video reviews on and like have really good visuals, just because it's something that I feel like almost doesn't translate very well on camera at all. Like, you just can't see, because it is a subtle effect, but in person I feel like it definitely makes it a little bit more noticeable. Since I'm used to seeing my skin all the time, I can tell that my skin just looks a little bit more even, especially on my cheek area where I do have a bit more of larger pores. I really hope you'll be able to see some sort of difference in the video clips. I don't know until I edit this, so I'm really hoping you can see a difference, but I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. But in person, I do notice, like, whenever I apply this to my skin, there is like a visual blurring difference that I can visually see whenever I'm actually applying it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. I hope it does, but we will see. This is also a product I feel like you could totally wear on a bare face, and it would do a little something at blurring out those pores without even having to put on any makeup. And so that's another reason why I really like this one, because I feel like it would be good for like a no makeup day and you just want your skin to look slightly more like soft or like filtered. I feel like this definitely does that. It is subtle, but I can actually see a physical difference on my skin when I wear this versus when I don't. So for me, do I like this product or not? I definitely do, and I'm really glad that I tried this one, because I have a lot of primers that I've been going through, and some I like, some I didn't, but I really like this one because it really does remind me a lot of this kind of texture, but it's just slightly thicker than this one, I would say. You probably won't be able to tell too much of a difference between the two, but this one is the Etude House one, and this one is the Cover FX. If I kind of just like blend them out, you can actually see that the Cover FX one is a little bit darker, but again, once you blend that into your skin, it really does not do anything at all. So you can see there's not really much color to it all, but I feel like these are two very similar products in texture and consistency. So if you also have been really liking this one, but you want a cheaper alternative to it, I would definitely say that the Etude House one is a really good dupe for it. However, the Cover FX one doesn't have any fragrance to it, whereas this one does, but that doesn't bother me, but that might be something you want to consider if it's something that does bother you. So overall, I'm a big fan of this, and I would totally recommend it, and it's definitely one that I feel like I would continue using and probably repurchase in the future as well. So I give this one a total buy. If you are looking for a blurring primer, I definitely think that this is a pretty good one. And really quickly, just because I've already done a video on it, if you do want to see color swatches and a review on the actual color correctors in this line as well, I bought the samples of them about a year ago and did a video on that one. So I'll have that video linked here if you guys are interested in seeing more about this line. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.